So first of all, Larry Brooks passing over the weekend. Obviously, you ran into him more than a few times in New York. Any thoughts on Larry?
Yeah, I mean, super sudden, super unexpected, super sad. I had a good professional relationship with him, and he was always courteous to me. So, saw him an awful lot, saw him every single day, and it's a terrible, shocking, sad thing.
Any particular stories that kind of stick out to you about your time with him?
Hard to think of anything in particular. Just very cordial every single day. Like I said, consummate professional.
And then to this team, to be able to grit out a win like that on Monday, to stop a losing streak, how important is that for a team that's trying to get established to kind of cut that bleeding off early?
Yeah, I mean, find a way, right? So, 2 points. Doesn't matter how you get them, just get them.
Last time we spoke in Dallas, you mentioned how Beckett had the maturity to apologize for the turnover, and then he helped create 2 goals right after that. What have you kind of seen from him in the first 19 or so games? Just maybe off the ice, on the ice?
Obviously, a ton of skill, speed, confidence, desire to make plays, desire to get better and have an impact off the ice. Pretty goofy kid, fun to be around, enjoys coming to the rink. So yeah, he definitely brings a lot of energy.
He's got plenty of veterans to learn from on this team. Who are the guys that you were able to kind of learn from when you first came in the league?
Nash, Stepan, McDonough, Boyle, Girardi, Stahl, Richards, St. Louis, Strawman, Callahan, the whole roster. There wasn't as many young guys on the team back then, so it was like me and Cam Talbot maybe, and then JT Miller. So it's a team full of veterans, guys who treated us really well. So.
Last game in Boston, you weren't in, but it was obviously a wild game. Is there anything that this team could take from a game like that to apply to this one, or you just sort of...
No, I mean, each game's kind of a standalone thing. I think some of the things that they try to do from a face-off perspective, some of their X's and O's, some of the set things they try to do, and the puck isn't dropped yet, right? So, and obviously their system, I don't think things are completely different, so there might be a slight familiarity there, and might just make it easier on the coaches to pull clips since they've got clips of us playing against them and their system. But yeah, each game's a standalone thing, and it's obviously a different point of the season for both teams. So let's try to put our best foot forward.
With just the schedule, obviously the impact of schedules for everyone, but the road schedule for you guys was particularly tough, kind of the here and back. To be at home now for a 6-game stretch, 9 out of 11, how important is that to get that home?
It's nice to be home. Yeah.
Just in terms of routine and
in terms of everything. So it's nice to sleep in your own bed, play in front of your fans, play a team that's got to deal with travel and time change, and not be the team that's switching time zones every other game. So that's obviously part of it, but yeah, you want to take advantage of the energy that you get from getting in your routine, being at home, staying in your own building, playing in front of your own fans.
one more, Jack.
Kind of an interesting schedule with the home and home back-to-back, aside from having to travel, obviously, but what are some of the differences maybe in having a home back-to-back versus away back-to-back?
Just being able to sleep in your own bed. Away back-to-back, you're traveling right after the game, so to play a game and then go home and, like we talked about, you're in your own routine, and it should help with recovery, I guess, in preparation.
Chris, you're coming in on 900 NHL games here, I believe, tomorrow?
No shit.
What would you have...
It's news to me.
What would you have said to day one, Chris Kreider, knowing what you know now?
A lot. Yeah, I don't think we have enough time to go over all these things. A little shocked. I didn't realize that was tomorrow. Cool.
All right, Jake. So, first off, just over the weekend, Larry Brooks passing. I know you guys had a relationship there in New York. What was your thoughts on Larry?
He was around a long time reporting for the team. Obviously, I was only there the last couple of years, but it was a big presence in New York and with the Rangers.
Did you have any particular run-ins with him over the years that you can remember?
None that were any good.
the team, right now, how important is that win on Monday? You've been on teams that have had those long runs to stop those small losing streaks from becoming big ones and kind of grit one out.
Yeah, I think the ups and downs, obviously the long run of winning games, and then kind of builds when you start losing. So to be able to stop that, I think the fashion we did it, obviously to win a game that way feels pretty good no matter when you do it. So yeah, I think it's big 2 points for us. I think it kind of changed the vibe a little bit. Come to the rink the next day, whether you lose 4 in a row or you win one like that. So I think it kind of just re-energized everyone and excited to play another game.
A game like Monday, not the typical that you've seen from this team. A lot of run and gun usually, and then a little bit more buckled down. What did you make of how that game played out?
Good. I mean, we had some opportunities. We made some great plays too. But yeah, we're not going to score 6 goals every game. We got to find ways to win games that are low scoring, and signing a good team, I guess you find a way to win games, whether it's 2-1 or against 7-5 or whatever it may be. Find ways to win games. That's what matters.
And then Ian Moore's come in here the last couple of weeks and really, I thought, acquitted himself quite well. How have you seen his play on the ice?
Yeah, he's been great. I think steady, moves the puck well, gets up the ice, makes a lot of great defensive plays. He's fit in well. I mean, going back to last year, he played a little bit at the end. I got to play with him. He's a good player. I think he's fit in well and he's done a good job for us.
And then tonight against Boston, obviously the last game against Boston is not one for the record books, but how do you kind of take anything out of that game and apply it to tonight?
Yeah, I mean, a different team. They've been playing pretty well of late, and they got a good team. They work hard, play hard, and we want to continue to play good hockey on home ice. So we've got another challenge tonight.
Starter tonight?
Dosty.
And same things with Granlund and Paling today? No.
Yeah, it'll be same lineup.
The first time you played Boston obviously was a wild game. Is there anything that you can actually take out of that and apply again tonight, or is it just sort of out the window?
Well, it's one of those games where pucks were going in at both ends at an unusual rate, and I think that you got to play the game that's in front of you, but at the same time, don't expect that type of game tonight. I think we want to make sure that we're respectful for what they can do offensively. I think we had a stretch of games there where we seemed like we had 3 or 4 in about a stretch of about 6 games that we had a high number of goals, but now we're having trouble scoring, and that's basically the way the game is. Every game's going to be tight, close checking, very meaningful 2 points for everybody on a nightly basis. These guys kind of went after that game against us. They went on a nice little run, so they're, I'm sure they're excited about starting a trip with us.
You mentioned the struggling to score a little bit right now. Is that a product of teams playing you differently now than the beginning of the year, just more tape on everyone and kind of adjusting to what you're doing?
I'm going to say I think people watch the games. I think that, whether they want to make sure that they're a little more patient when they play us, or they're more stingier, or they're playing a tighter game. I think that's probably what we're going to get going forward. That's the way the game is. So I don't think we expect to be producing at that rate, but I think that we want to get back to having more offensive zone time and more dangerous off the rush.
You mentioned Boston's night run after they played you guys 9 of the last 12 they've won. What do you have to be aware of when it comes to playing this team?
Well, they got some balance in their lineup. Got a lot of guys that are fresh to their team and their organization, and they got deceiving skill. Pasternak's as good as there is in the game. You always got to be aware of him. But I think they're balanced, and they play. They don't give you much. And, I think that's the whole league is like every night you look at every team. Everybody's in the mix and has a chance to win. And I think Boston probably might have been discounted a little bit at the start of the season, and they're proving a lot of people wrong.
You've been preaching strong starts to each game. I'm sure that would be a paramount going into tonight's game.
Yeah, I think that we can be better in that area as well. I thought our game last game was fine at the start, but I don't think we want to expect the pace to pick up as we go along here. Let's try to initiate it and dictate it.
Special for you to still come back here, 3 years later?
Yeah, no, it's always, like I said, I've been there for 10 years, so it's obviously still feels like home, so it's always fun to be back and see some familiar faces and some friends and family.
When you look at the roster on the other side, is it kind of crazy how quickly this team has kind of turned over since you've gone?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, there's not many guys there that I play with, so it's different. But that's just kind of the way that it goes in this league nowadays.
And when you walk in the building, obviously a lot of change going on. You said you were here for a long time. Is it weird to see that much change going on outside?
I knew it was, even when I was here, they talked about it a little bit, so it wasn't a surprise. But I think it's fun doing stuff for the community and stuff around here and building, and so you can have like events and stuff. So I think it's fun.
The teams are a bit of a different place than they were the first time they played. What's working well for your group right now?
I think we play to our identity. We know what makes us successful out there, and we kind of stick into it.
When you look at the Ducks on the other side, what do you need to do to combat them tonight?
I think it's more about us play our game. We know they have a lot of speed and a lot of scoring talent there, but if we play our good defense, I think that's kind of be like the stuff we have to stick to our guns to tonight.
Any updates on Charlie?
Charlie had facial surgery successfully, so he's doing good. He's recovering right now at home, and we still don't know how long he's going to be out for.
And looking to tonight, you had a pretty clear message to your team after the last game against Anaheim. What do you want to see tonight against a team that you're pretty familiar with?
Yeah, back to our details, the structure, what kind of was games in the past. When you're doing good, sometimes you feel like you got to do more and more offensively. We just got to be ready. I think emotionally too. We're just not this last game, and again, it's a big road trip for us. So we want to start the right way.
Coach, when we last saw you, since we saw you, your team's gone 9-3. What's the major difference in your mind since the Ducks and the Bruins first played?
Yeah, no, it probably helped us when we played you guys. Getting scored on a lot of goals, so that means we have to fix something defensively, and that's pretty much what we did. I think there were still some questions out there. We answered it pretty clearly the following days, and since then it's been much better.